Georgia gets a commitment from a five-star player. The Dogs over Alabama. Now, that's the headline. This is a kicker. Like we're talking about a kicker, is this is what I'm trying to say. Peyton Woodring from Louisiana has picked Georgia over Alabama and Nick Saban. Look, uh, people will be like, oh, they're not really a five-star. There's five-star kickers. I mean, there are. They exist. The .coms don't rank them because they're not comfortable with that being a part of their so-called expertise. And those guys, they know what they're talking about, and they understand with kickers, they don't have the first clue. So let me give you some background here. Peyton Woodring, again from Louisiana, he's done a lot of camps and so forth. He's considered a five-star kicker by the kicking world, and he visited Georgia earlier this year in April. And this is what Coles, which is a kicking company, like a kicking camp, this is what they had to say. Now, keep in mind, some of this is, you know, happy talk, but anyway, and some of it you're not going to understand anyway. I might skip some of those things. Said Woodring's most recent camp was in January. He scored an impressive 114 points on kickoffs. I have no idea what that means. In December, he scored 14 and 15 points on field goals and had a score of 110. I have no idea what that means. I'm just going to skip to the stuff that is English. Woodring is one of the best prospects in the 2023 class, and we expect big things over the upcoming year. Okay. Can he make kicks or not? He's got a very powerful leg, which is great. But the big thing is, are you accurate? And this is where I'm going to get on my soapbox. We've seen over time that kicking is as much about your ability to just straight up make kicks than anything else. It's not about a strong leg. It's not about hang time on kickoffs. It's about when you need points, do you get points? Jack Podnesley is someone no one thought about at all. Rodrigo Blankenship was not really different on that front. I mean, Rodrigo was not the starting kicker the season the season that he was sort of supposed to be the starting kicker in 2016. He came into his own late in that year. Jack Podnesley really didn't cement himself until, I mean, he'd already won the kicking job, but he didn't really cement himself until the Peach Bowl. I mean, that was a big deal game. Now, I got some high horse stuff to talk about with these kickers, and I'm going to go deep into Georgia and Alabama kickers. But first, I'd be negligent if I didn't point out DAWGSTRUCTION. We're getting a new order in probably this week. If you order DAWGSTRUCTION, our 80-page hardcover copy about the book about the national championship game between Alabama and Georgia, you will get. Oh my gosh, I left it over there because this is breaking news. You will get the 2022 Dog Post preview for the season. Here it is. It actually has some stuff about Jack Podnesley in here. Georgia's going to have to figure out where they're going at place kicker after this. Is Jared Zirkle the guy? We don't know. We talk about that here in the magazine. If you get DAWGSTRUCTION, you will get the magazine for free. It will be shipped to you directly. Order today. Do not mess around and I've had a surge of people come in and buy books and the magazine lately. If you're interested in just the magazine, that link is down below too. But if you want the book and the magazine, which is I would say 80% of the people are doing, order it now. Order it now, and there will not be a delay. These two teams have fought for prospects for a long time. These two teams have had huge games, the likes of which Alabama has won more of them than they've lost. But in those big games, there has been a moment in the bulk of these games, particularly the championship game, the three championship games that they've played, where the kickers have mattered a lot. From my story about Peyton Woodring, here we go. In several instances, kickers have played a major part in the game. Misses from Alabama kicker Andy Papanastros as time expired in the 2018 national championship game That put that game into overtime. The guy missed a 30-yarder or 27. There's no way he should miss that kick. No way. All right? That almost cost Alabama a national championship. You know what did cost Georgia an SEC championship? A season later, Rodrigo missed a 30-yarder. Straight up, yeah, that's what cost them the game. It wasn't the Justin Fields thing. If you go up 17 points with about 20 minutes left in the game, you could feel the momentum shift to Alabama. They scored 21 straight points and won the game 35-28. So these kickers, man, it matters a lot. Okay, it matters a ton. And as it relates to this past national championship game, the kickers were unbelievably good. They were 6 of 7, knocking down like 50-yarders. The biggest Jack Podnesley has had 2 monumental kicks in his career. The kick in the Peach Bowl won Georgia the Peach Bowl. I mean, Azeez Ojulari finished the drill, got the job done, whatever. But if he doesn't kick it through, Cincinnati wins. Number 2, though, and I mean, as much as I'm going to blame Rodrigo for missing that kick against Alabama in 18, you know, Jack Podnesley saved Georgia's ass in that second quarter. Him and the Bama kicker were going back and forth. Will Reichard, sorry, Will. These guys were kicking the ball back and forth. There were no touchdowns until the late third quarter in that game. Follow with me here. Jack Podnesley makes that 49-yard kick with about 3 minutes to go in the game in the half. Georgia's only down 9-6. They have not played well. It looked like Alabama was going to win the game. If he missed that kick, I'm telling you right now, I don't know if Georgia recovers because they had just played so poorly for 27 minutes. He kicks it. They're down 3. Everybody's like, okay, that was a huge, huge kick from Jack Podnesley. Number 2, the only failed attempt of that game. Jalen Carter comes through and blocks the field goal that Alabama's attempting. It's the only miss of the game. The next play, James Cook takes off down the sideline, sets up a Georgia score, and that score came when when Jalen Carter and I mean, this defensive line was unbelievable. But when you got 2 of these guys rolling in there, I mean, it was just an unbelievable thing. Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter roll onto the field after Jalen has blocked Alabama's attempt to score. They roll onto the field. They hammer their way into the end zone with Zamir. It was an important moment that swung the game towards Georgia. It didn't lock it up, but it swung the game towards Georgia. Alabama was barely holding on, y'all. I'm telling you, that game showed their toughness, not just physically but mentally. These kickers matter, and they matter a lot. People will be like, "Oh, it's a kicker." Okay. These kickers matter a lot. I like points. And when you can get 3 points, that's really good. Why? Because they don't take them back. You don't get points taken away. That doesn't happen. I don't know what will happen with Peyton Woodring. I don't know. No idea. But uh, uh, most kickers at Georgia have had to fight their way to the starting job. And my suspicion is that he's not going to be any different. He'll have Jared Zirkel in his way, at least for a season or 2. And one of those 2 guys is going to have to fight their way to the starting spot. That you are a scholarship kicker doesn't mean that you will be the starting kicker. That it's the one spot. I mean, I guess we can say this about quarterback too. You've got to get it done, man. And these kickers matter so much when you really least expect it. It's almost always these big games where everybody's talking about, the quarterback this or the defensive line that, and then they roll the kicker out there, and can they make the kick or not? Alabama didn't have to use their kicker to win the national championship in 2017. They're lucky they didn't, because dude couldn't get it done. Georgia and Bama corrected that problem by the 2021 national championship. These guys were knocking it through the uprights. You got to have kickers. Missed kicks, it's not so much that you don't score. That hurts. It's the momentum. We saw that from Rodrigo in 18. Rodrigo's an NFL kicker. You're going to miss some kicks, but that kick hurt.